Welcome to my kitchen. I'm going to make you one of my fabulous recipes from Simply Too Good to Be True number 7. It's my fancy chicken curry. Now why I call it fancy is because that's what it is. It's just not a normal curry. So let's get cooking and I'll explain how that works. So I'm just heating up my wok and I'm just going to coat it with a bit of cooking spray, and this is how I can really save on lots of fats in my recipes, because you know I'm all about low fat and being healthy. So I'm using chicken breast, and that's once again another way how I can really reduce the fat down from a typical normal curry, which can have like 30 grams of fat. So it's the chicken breast, so it's nice and lean. And just add some garlic while we're cooking it, a teaspoon of garlic. And we're just going to cook that chicken until it's cooked. Now the great thing about my recipes is that they're super easy to make, but what I try to do is simplify it as much as I can. So what I've done to help make this recipe super quick is with all the spices, I've actually just put them all into a container. So now I can just throw them straight in instead of having to do them individually. So it's quick. And just toss those together for about a minute so we can really let those spices get heated up, and really that flavour will just come out more and more into the chicken that way. I've also prepped my veggies and they've been microwaved and drained, so they're ready to go. I've got my milk here and my soup mix. So what I'm going to do is add 2 packets of soup mix with the skim milk and just whisk those together, and that's actually going to be part of the sauce, you see, so it's going to be really nice and tasty. But how easy is this to make it? So you mix that together. I'll just give this a bit of a toss. Oh, that's looking great. Now we're also going to add in some corn flour. And a can of evaporated milk. Okay, let's put the veggies in now, because the spices are really kicking up in there. Now also, because this is a curry, you know, it depends on how much chilli you want to put in it. I've put in 1/8 of a teaspoon because I like curry, but I don't like to lose the feel of my tongue. So it's up to you how much you put in. I put 1/8 in, as I said. You could put 1/4 in if you want to up the ante. You know, it's really up to you how you like it. If you don't like it hot, you can still just have a tasty curry and just not put the chilli in. So we're mixing the veggies in. Look at the colours, it's fabulous. And now we're going to add in, I'll put in the evaporated milk. We're nearly ready for the oven. Now why would I call this a fancy chicken curry? Well, 2 reasons. One is you're not just putting curry powder in, you've made your own authentic curry spices. And the other is what goes on the top. And I'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, adding in the soup mix and the milk. And we just want to combine that now till it starts to boil, and we'll then put it into the dish. I mean, that's not hard, is it? Super easy, but you're going to get a fabulous meal. Now your curry is ready to go in the oven. I'm just going to pour it in to the dish. But first, we've got to add some magic to it. Let's make this a really fancy curry. So how we're going to do that is, I'll just push that over there for the minute. I'm going to put a phyllo top to it. Now when you're looking for phyllo pastry, I don't particularly like the frozen one. I think it's a little bit harder to work with, but this is my favourite, and you can buy it normally where you get like the garlic breads, things like that. It's in the fridge section, not in the freezer. Now phyllo pastry is a little delicate, so just don't be too heavy-handed with it. And I'll just show you how we make this a fancy curry. Now traditionally with phyllo pastry, you would get a brush and have butter melted and you'd brush that. Lots of fat. I don't do that, thank you very much. This is only 5.3 grams of fat for the whole dish per serve. What I'll do instead, spray the sheet, cut it in half, and then just scrunch it up and place it on the top of your curry mix. Let's move that in a bit here. So we repeat this with 6 sheets of phyllo. Once again, cut it in half, scrunch it up. It really makes it look fabulous. And if you could smell it right now, yum. Now, you're going to set your oven to 200 degrees, fan forced, and it'll take maybe 15 or 20 minutes, just depending on how hot your oven is. Bit of zhuzh on the top. Let's bake it and get ready for dinner. How good is that? Now this is only 5.3 grams of fat a serve, and honestly curries can be anything from 20 to 30 to 40 grams of fat depending what the chef does. You don't have to worry anymore. This fabulous low fat recipe from Simply Too Good to Be True 7 is a winner.